24th of January is Holocaust Memorial Day. Neither my generation nor the younger generations after mine have first-hand experience of that horror. And many of us don't know what hunger, war, and suffering is like. To remind us all, I'd like to share with you a letter my mother, a Holocaust survivor, wrote me about her and my father's, both Hungarian Jews, experience of the last year of World War II. My mother was 92 when she wrote this by hand, and she died at 98 in Toronto. This reading will be posted in 3 installments. She writes in English, there's a Hungarian proverb, minden ember saját sorsának kovácsa. That means that every man is the architect of their own fate. Some of it is true, but I believe in luck and predestination. Eva, my father's younger sister, and I were deported from Budapest early November 1944 and started together with hundreds of other Jewish women the forced march to the west. After a few days of walking, Eva and I escaped and nearly made it to safety when we were caught by gendarmes and jailed, first in Veszprém, which is a city in Hungary, later in Komárom, another city, from where we were shipped in cattle cars to Ravensbrück concentration camp, arriving on December 23, 1944. Now she writes, luck number 1. After about 6 weeks of cruel, miserable camp life, 24 German-speaking young Hungarian Jewish women were transferred to Hennigsdorf, which was not a concentration camp, but a small Arbeitslager, labor camp for Ostarbeiters, laborers from the east, all young Catholic Polish girls. We provided the slave labor for the nearby huge AEG, which was General Electric over there. We worked 6 days, Sundays were off. I got lucky again because of my good German. I worked in the office while all the others, including Eva, did hard labor. Treatment was more humane than in Ravensbrück. Luck number 2. On March 11 or 18, 1945, the RAF bombed AEG to the ground. It was Sunday. We heard the explosions, saw the planes, but the camp was far enough to be effective. Next day, we started clearing the rubble. Later, we dug ditches. Luck number 2A. Early April, the 24 Hungarian girls were transferred to Sachsenhausen, concentration camp, parentheses, crematorium. On the way to the SS Bahn electric train, there was another air raid and the electricity was knocked out, and we returned to Hennigsdorf camp for about 2 weeks. When we finally arrived in Sachsenhausen late afternoon, the Russian front was within hearing distance, and the Germans very hurriedly evacuated the camp. The marching orders were barked out by loudspeakers. Our group decided, whatever the consequences, to stay. Most of us had swollen legs, oedema, and could hardly walk. Many others all over the camp did the same. They did not follow evacuation orders. We switched off the lights and kept still. No one came to check us. After an anxious night, early morning, the door opened and 2 young Germans in lager uniforms brought us hot food, rabbit stew. They turned out to be non-Jewish, political prisoners, communists, socialists, as were many more German, Dutch, Belgian, and French. During the night, a group of these young men dismantled the mines, found provisions, and cooked and distributed food. They also formed a committee which took over the management of the camp. The first thing was to convert a building into a hospital under the direction of a young Dutch physician. A lot of people were very sick, including Eva. I regained my health and energy in a short time and could help at the hospital and with the cleanup of the camp. This interregnum, from the time the Germans left and the Russians came, was heavenly. And that's part of reading 1. See you tomorrow.